Hey everyone, my name is Jyoti Kiran and I welcome you to the official channel of A1 English Academy. Today in this video, I am going to tell you how to attempt IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. This will be sentence by sentence learning. That means I will tell you how to frame each and every sentence for the IELTS Academic Task 1. First of all, let's understand what we have to do in task 1. The very first thing is you need to write over 150 words. Now see here it is written over 150 words. That means 150 is the lower limit. You can write more than that also, but that doesn't mean that you can write 250 or 300 words. Like 150 words is the lower limit, so you can write 10 to 15 words above. Second point is write the task in 20 minutes. So if you know how to attempt the task, then 20 minutes are really enough to complete this task. And then what type of questions are included? It can be a chart, graph, diagram, table or a map. Okay, let's do an example. Here, read the statement. You should spend 20 minutes on this task. The graph shows the percentage of male and female academic staff members across the faculties of a major university in 2012. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Okay, so the first step is that you have to read the statement carefully and then have a first look of this graph. Okay, this is a graph and arts, business, education, engineering, law, medicine, science. 7 faculties have been mentioned. It's figures about the males and the females and academic staff percentage in faculties by gender 2012. So whatever has been asked in the statement given above, the graph is showing all these things. Let's see how to attempt it. Okay, this is the format which I will be following. First paragraph, I will reframe the given statement. Second paragraph, I will mention about the overall view. Third paragraph will talk about the key features and comparisons if necessary, and in the fourth paragraphs, I will compare and conclude. Now the next question arises, why I will be following this format only? Let me tell you why and how. Understanding the format is really very important, because once you have understood the format and it get fixed in your mind, then it will be really easy for you to attempt the task 1. So let's understand the format. Read the statement once again. The graph shows a percentage of male and female academic staff members across the faculties of major university in 2012. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Now come to the format. So I have mentioned first paragraph, reframe the given statement. In IELTS, it is very important that what structure we are using while attempting our answer. So here, first paragraph, reframe the given statement. This statement is given in yellow color and the format says first paragraph should be the reframing of the given statement. Reframing means what I have understood from the statement. Obviously, if I am copying the same statement and mentioning it as a first line, as a first paragraph of my writing task 1, I am not going to score anything for that. So I need to reframe it with my own words, that what I have understood from the given statement. So that comes under the first step. Now the second step, that is our second paragraph, I will give the overall view. Read here the second line, summarize the information. So this is the second step. After having the first glance of the bar graph or a chart graph or whatever the information has been given to us, what is the first idea, what is the overall view which we have captured? So that I will mention in my second paragraph. So I will summarize the information. Now next they have asked by selecting and reporting the main features. Now here it is in blue color, and the third paragraph I will be mentioning about the key features and comparisons. How? By selecting and reporting the main features. In the third paragraph, I will go for the key factors, that what are the important things which are happening or which had happened about the information which has been given in front of us. Then in the fourth paragraph, it is mentioned in pink color, and make comparisons. So fourth paragraph will be about the comparisons wherever it is relevant and necessary. So of course I will be ending my writing also. I will conclude in the fourth paragraph. So this is how step by step we will be writing. It is a structure which we have to follow so that we can score high bands in IELTS task 1. I hope the format is clear. You can pause the video and try to understand it once again, and make it fix in your mind so that it would be easy for you to attempt this task. If the format is clear, then the writing task will be clear. Now we are going to begin writing step by step. So first step, that is the first paragraph, we will reframe the given statement. Read the statement once again. The graph shows a percentage of male and female academic staff members across the faculties of a major university in 2012. Remember, I told you that you have to reframe it with your own words. Do not copy and write the same statement once again. Okay, so here I have mentioned the bar chart represents the proportion of men and women who taught in 7 different faculties of a particular university in 2012. Okay, instead of the graph, I have used the word the bar graph because this is a bar graph. Then instead of shows, I have used represents. Then a percentage of male and female. Then I use the proportion of men and women. Academic staff members, that means who taught across the faculties. I have mentioned in 7 different faculties, because here we can see arts, business, education, engineering, law, medicine and science. These are the 7 faculties. So I have mentioned who taught in 7 different faculties of a particular university in 2012. It was mentioned major university, that means it is a specific, it is a particular university. So I have changed the words. It is almost same, but I have used different synonyms for the first paragraph. So the first line, it is really good. The first paragraph, it's really fine. And here we are done with the first paragraph. We have reframed the given statement nicely. Let's move to the second paragraph now. Okay, moving on to the second paragraph. Here we have to write the overall view. So in the overall view, I have seen for engineering, you can see here is a male dominance, and in education sector, in the faculty of education, there is a dominance of females. The major disparity can be seen in these 2 sectors only. So in the overall view, I have mentioned there was a large gender disparity in some faculties. Engineering was dominated by male academics, whereas education had the highest percentage of female academics. You can see I have used the past tense because we are giving information about the year 2012. So you have to see, if you are providing information about some past year, then you have to use the past tense, and if it is about the present year which is going on, then obviously you will be using the present, and if it is about some futuristic information or a plan, then you will be using the future tense. Okay, let's come back to the second paragraph once again. So this is the overall view. When I see a major differences between education and engineering. The rest of the others are having differences, but it's not like education and engineering. So in the overall view, I am mentioning about engineering and education only. Rest of the information I will be using in my other paragraphs. I hope the second paragraph, the overall view, is clear. You can pause the video, read the first paragraph, read the second paragraph, try to understand it, try to understand how I am using the different types of vocabularies. I am not repeating the same vocabularies, and I am not using simple sentence only by using the linkers like whereas. I have used punctuation. In the second paragraph, first line, you can see there was a large gender disparity in some faculties. Then here is a colon sign that shows I am using punctuation also. So my grammatical range which I am using, it should vary. It should not be same all through the writing task. I hope second paragraph is clear. Let's move to the third paragraph now, where we will be mentioning about the key features and will make comparison if necessary. Okay, now I have to mention about the key points of this bar graph. So the very first thing in the third paragraph, I will be mentioning what I have seen and mentioned in my second paragraph in my overall view. Obviously that was a key feature that I noticed. So I have mentioned notably, 85% of the engineering teachers were male and only 15% female. 3/4 of the academic staff in education were women with just 25% males. If you notice, these two sentences are closely related to my overall view. So I have just explained here more about my overall view in the first two sentences. Now in the third sentence, I have used a linker, however, other faculties were more balanced in their compositions. More balanced because if you notice, in the other faculties, it can be arts, business, medicine, science or law. There is no big differences in their composition. So I have used a balanced word, more balanced in their composition. In medicine, gender representation was almost equal. If you noticed, for the medicine, it's male and female, both are near about 58%. While in art subject, slightly more than half the staff members were females, that is 55%. Okay, note here in the art section, male and female, there is not a big difference between the male and female composition. So but in this last sentence, I have used parenthesis. That means I have used the brackets also. That is also a grammatical range that I am using. I am not using the simple sentences once again. Only in the no, I haven't used any simple sentence yet. So technically I have used only 3 sentences in my third paragraph. First 2 sentences that were about the clarification what I have mentioned in my overall view, and in the next 2 sentences I have added key features and I have talked about the I have talked about the medicine and I have talked about the arts. The use of fractions also help you to score more. For example, in the second sentence, you can see I have used 3/4 of the academic staff. I am not mentioning here any percentage, so I have used the fraction. So it really helps you to score good in IELTS task 1 if you are using some fractions. Okay, read first, second and third paragraph once again and try to understand that we are going with the structure and how relevant we are writing. We are also supposed to cover each and everything, nothing should be left. You can pause the video. Now let's move to the fourth paragraph, that is the last paragraph where we will compare and conclude our writing task 1. Okay, now the last paragraph, we have to note what we are left with. We are left with business, science and law. Okay, if we note the business and science, these two categories have same ratios. Yes, okay, so we can mention it is interesting to note that business and science had the same proportions of men and women, that is 65% and 35% respectively. Again, I have used parentheses here because the figures were same, so I am using it in one sentence. Now, the law had a slightly higher percentage of women at 40%. So, this comparison I have made with the proportions of women in business and science. Than business and science, percentage is higher in law category, that is 40%. Okay, now the last sentence, that is, although the faculties of engineering, business, science, and law were still primarily male dominated in 2012, women made up half the faculty of medicine and were predominant in education and arts. So you can see in the last sentence I have mentioned all the categories and I have made a comparison of men and women, that how much participation they had in all these sectors. You can pause the video and read all the sentences carefully. Everything has been nicely covered and no repetition is there. Here you can have the look of the full task which we have done. Now this is also important to know that how this task will be checked. Let's have a look. For the marking criteria, these are the parameters. The first is task achievement, second cohesion, third is vocabulary, and the last is grammatical range and accuracy. Let me explain this in detail. The first comes task achievement. Task achievements means the information which you have provided in the written form. You have extracted information from the graph or whatever the picture was given to you. Have you accurately provided that information and have you covered all the points, all the key features? That comes under the task achievement, and yes, in this composition we have covered all the points. Second comes the cohesion. Cohesion means the paraphrasing, the format which we are following. So we have follow a nice structure, because at the very starting I have told you why we will be following this format, and we have written this according to the format, so our structure is really nice. Third comes the vocabulary. You can see different words I have colored with yellow. That means good vocabulary has been used. We have tried not to use one word twice or thrice, but it's fine if you are using the same word in the another paragraph. You will not be penalized for the same. Next is grammatical range and accuracy. Here grammatical range means sentence structures, tenses, the punctuation, your grammatical range and its accuracy. You can see in the second paragraph we have used the colon sign, we have used brackets, that is called parenthesis, and about the sentence structures, we haven't used the same type of sentence everywhere. We have used compound sentences, complex sentences, we have joined the sentences with the linkers. So our grammatical range is really nice. And about the accuracy, if you are using the right grammar, so it was the information about the past of 2012 and we have used the past tense all over the essay, so it is really a nice one and we have covered all the parameters which are required. The word limit is 150 and we have mentioned 164 words, and I told you that 150 words is the lower limit, upper limit is not set by the IELTS. So if we are writing 10 to 20 words more than the given limit, then it's fine, it's really fine. So you can pause the video, read this topic once again and try to do the same when you are practicing your IELTS writing task 1. I'm sure you have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.